Plot twist, I'm alone for the weekend, and what better thing to do with my time than stay up for 24 hours and read? Hey, this is Lotus back there. Say hi, Lotus. You guys, there's nothing that makes me happier than doing a readathon. Do you remember when you were in elementary school and they would announce doing a readathon like on a Saturday or something? The joy is unmatched, okay? Maybe it's the nostalgia for me wanting to go back to that time, but I don't care because now I'm an adult and I do what I want and I'm choosing to do a readathon. I will be reading for 24 hours uninterrupted. I'm going to start the timer, sit my butt down, and read. I've seen a lot of other book YouTubers do this challenge in a couple of different ways. I'm going to do the once you start, you cannot stop way. I have something not everybody has, which is incurable insomnia. So, I've got that going for me. I am joined by Philippa Rupert Carter here today. I am dog sitting this weekend. We're gonna be buddies. Maybe I could teach Philippa how to read. Maybe Pippa can learn how to read. I've done a lot of readathons in my life, all of which were in elementary school. And tell me why we stopped doing them? I have this memory from like maybe second grade. They had announced a readathon and I was so excited to go participate. They're like, we'll have Capri Suns for everybody. There'll be oranges and you can come in and read on the gymnasium floor. And I was like, my mind was blown that that could be a thing that people could do. You can just gather together and read. So that morning, my mom woke me up. She's like, okay, it's time to go. I grabbed my purple silky blankie. I grabbed my book. It was the Fairy Quest for the Egg, like the Tinkerbell one. And I was so excited. And I was sitting in the car. And then I realized we weren't driving to the elementary school. We were driving to the dentist. I don't know if that's really what happened, but that's how I remember it happening. And I'm not even sure if my mom ever told me she was taking me to the readathon. If it was a ruse of that they had made up to convince me because I hated the dentist and I still do. Or if I had like convinced myself that she was taking me to a readathon, I don't know. But I am here to heal that wound today because do you know what I have? Purple silky blankie, Fairy Haven, and the Quest for the Wand. Okay, so this isn't the Quest for the Egg book. That's because I gifted my Quest for the Egg book to my sister because we loved it so much. Maybe if I read this book and be comfy and cozy, I will heal that trauma of the dentist versus the readathon. And maybe it will heal my insomnia and I'll be able to sleep again. I don't know. Okay, so I have picked a buttload of books to read. I don't know for sure which order I'll read them in, if I'll stick to these books, how many I'll get through, but let's walk through some of the picks, okay? I also accidentally stuck to a really nice color palette with these like deep purples and teals and blues and neon green. Like, are you seeing this? How did I do that? It wasn't even on purpose. I like grabbed them one at a time and then I looked at my arms and I was like, oh, okay, she's an artist. So let's go through these picks. Okay, well, first of all, I really might read this first. Fairy Haven and the Quest for the Wand. It's by Gail, Carson, Levine. She's an OG for middle grade fiction. She's amazing. She like wrote like all the other Tinkerbells. She also wrote Ella Enchanted. Drastic turn from Tinkerbell is Annihilation by Jeff Vandermeer. My cat's in the laundry room. I don't even know if you can hear him, but he's in there. Maybe he'll swap the laundry for me. Anyway, this is a science fiction novel I've been wanting to read. I also want to finish Lost Souls Meet Under a Full Moon by Mizuki Tsujimura. I've already started this and I'm really enjoying it. I'm not too far, I'm like 40 pages in, but I want to keep going on this one. Done and Dusted by Lyla Sage. This is a Western contemporary romance, I think. It's a cowboy romance. Behooved by M. Stevenson. Okay, color me intrigued. A Feast for the Eyes. I'm not sure if I'll read this one or not. I mean, like, I don't know how far I'm gonna get. I'm definitely not gonna read all of these, but A Feast for the Eyes by Alex Crespo. The Last Unicorn by Peter S. Beagle. And Principle of Moments by Esme Jacemi Pearson. Those are the titles I have in the lineup. We'll see how far I get. We'll see which ones I pick. I don't know which ones I'm going to pick yet until I get there. I have some markers and some pencils in case I feel inspired to annotate any of these, because I'm getting into that this year too. I'm so excited. Okay, I have multiple stuffed animals. I have a real life stuffed animal. I am going to start with the Tinkerbell book because I'm so excited about it. Without further ado, it is 4:35 and we are starting. I turned on the Tinkerbell soundtrack while I'm reading the Tinkerbell books, and the song by Selena Gomez came on, but my Spotify automatically puts pictures up of the artist, and so it's like her young voice singing the Disney song, but look. It is 8 o'clock. I'm 3 hours and 25 minutes in. I have finished my first book. I thought I would read this faster, but I did pause to make some food, so maybe that's why it took me a while. But I mean, it is a 190 something pages. Like, it's a good sized little chapter book. That sounds like an oxymoron, but whatever. This was really cute, really good. It made me feel very nostalgic for reading the Tinkerbell books when I was younger. And, like, every time I read middle grade, I'm like, damn, I love middle grade novels. I love them. Like, the pacing specifically in this book was really, really great. This book follows Rainy as she goes on a quest to find a magic wand. She, in the previous book, I think, promised a mermaid a wand, and she has to fulfill that promise. And the mermaid says, I won't be friends with you until you bring me back my wand, so I'm going to flood your home until you bring me back a wand. And Rainy's like, oh my god! So she goes on a quest to find one, and she finds one, but her and her friends go wand mad because they all want to use the magic wand to make wishes. And so, classic people make wishes they regret, there's repercussions they didn't anticipate. It was cute, it was great, and as the story went on, the shifting POVs shifted a lot faster, like the stakes were amped up very, very well. It was remarkable. I loved it. I gave it a 4.5 out of 5 stars. On to our next book. I'm gonna keep going with this one. Welcome to bed mode. I wanted to get cozier, and all of the creatures have enjoyed that I've made it cozier. I'm at about the 6-hour mark. It is getting late. I am about halfway through. Actually, let me check. Yeah, I'm about halfway through Lost Souls Meet Under a Full Moon. I am loving this book. It's fascinating. I don't even know how to explain it. It's kind of like an anthology collection of moments from people's lives, but they all have one thing in common, and that one thing is that they have contacted someone called a go-between. A go-between is someone who arranges meetings between the living and the dead. You get glimpses of multiple people's lives who they're meeting, the reason why they want to meet with this person, and then you get to watch the meeting itself. So far, I've heard 3 stories, and so far the third one has been my favorite. The first one was about a fan and an idol, and the second one was about a son and his mother, and then the third one is about 2 best friends in high school. All of these people are getting a moment to see again for the last time someone dear to them, someone close to them. And it like is a really intriguing concept to think of. If you could see one person one more time, like what would you say? What would you use? What moments would you have with that person? And in this world, they meet under a full moon because the dead and the living can only meet during night. I'm really enjoying the book. It's just simply itself, you know, like I can tell that the author put a lot of time and curated the stories that she is telling. This is a translated book, and I don't know if I've ever read a book that's been translated before. Maybe I haven't, I didn't know that it was, but I think this is delightful. Like I said, it's an anthology. Well, it's a collection of stories, and so far, the only character in common in all of them is the go-between. And you don't get to know a lot about that person. He's young, he is very matter of fact, he's there to get his job done, and it's interesting to see how the different people respond to himself. Like the first character kind of finds him a little bit endearing, if alarming, if not alarming, like because he's so young. And then the second character is like a businessman, and he's like super uptight and super like doesn't believe in the go-between, and he's frustrated that it's this young kid who's like not speaking professionally enough. And the author does a great job at writing biases in the tone of each character's point of view. That's really hard to do successfully, and she's knocking it out of the park. Like I'm really enjoying it. This author is not afraid to write about people who have regrets and have flaws and have made serious mistakes or believe they've made serious mistakes. And it's so refreshing. It feels so authentic and honest. The reason why I like the third story so much is because the 2 women that it follows, Arashi and Misano, are both high schoolers who are in their drama club. And I am a theater person, and those like complex high emotions, and when you have competitions or rivalries between some of your closest friends, like it was really compelling to me just personally. Like I resonated with that complexity and, you know, that much dedication that you give to your craft even when you're just in high school. It was really good. I don't know. I'm getting tired. I'm getting a little bit tired. I will admit that. I am very prideful, and that's hard for me to admit, but I am getting a little bit tired, which isn't great because I still have 18 more hours to go. But I am halfway through book 2, so I got that going for me. Yeah, I'm gonna keep reading. I have finished this book. It was really good. It was really, really good. It continued in the same pattern. It's only 5 chapters long. Each chapter is the story of a single person and their experience with their go-between, with their ghost, with who they meet. I loved the pacing. Each chapter was very, very long because it went between the person's life and what they went through to bring them to where they were at that moment, and then the meeting itself between them and their ghost. I really enjoyed how each chapter was its own little story. You get some more connections as you go deeper on to the book. That final chapter just really, really blew me away. And I don't want to say what it's about because it's a pretty big spoiler. And I think if you're interested in reading this book, I don't want to ruin the experience in any way. I really, really highly recommend this. Anyway, that is Lost Souls Meet Under a Full Moon by Mizuki Tsujimura. I don't know what I'm going to read next. I need something that will really grab my attention because it's the late hours and it's dark outside and my couch in bed mode is so cozy. I think I'm gonna read the first chapter of a couple of them and see which ones really grab my attention. I have decided to go with Behooved because I'm on page 6 and I think it's intriguing. A charming, slow-burn fantasy featuring a duty-bound noblewoman with a chronic illness, a prince who would rather be in a library than on a throne, and a magical ride throughout a world of cozy enchantment. Sign me up. This is gonna help me make it through the rest of the night and into the early hours, into the morning. And I'm sorry for the ASMR that's happening because of the time. But be grateful I'm not making it worse. Because I could make it way, way worse. Do you want some pages? I need to keep reading. Okay, we've hit about the halfway mark. It's only uphill from here, actually. It's only gonna get harder because I'm only gonna get more tired. I'm not too far into Behooved. I'm like on chapter 5. I'm really enjoying it. Main character is named Bianca, and she is being married to the evil people. Oh my god. Can you tell that I'm getting a little bit sleepy? Okay, Bianca has been betrothed with no choice to another kingdom because there might be a war and they're trying to avoid a war. And so she's sailing over to meet him and she's gonna go get married, and there's lots of rumors about how evil and scary he is. Bianca also is chronically ill, and as a chronically ill baddie myself, I love that. I'm excited to see where it goes. I really hope they don't magically cure it by the end because I hate when that happens. And I don't think it will. It doesn't feel like that's where it will go, but we'll see. I'm excited to see someone turn into a horse. But yeah, we're halfway through. I'm on book 3. Yay. My eyes will not stop watering. It doesn't matter what I do. They just keep watering. And it's like, you know, when you're like going like this and then it just keeps watering and you're like, I'm not crying. It just seems like I am because I have so much eye watering happening. Anyway. They're hiding in a stable, but there's only one stall. It's so good, you guys. I can't make this up. This person made this up, and I am indebted to them. I can't stop picturing shining armor as the horse, but like moody shining armor when he's under the spell of Queen Chrysalis. You know, you know what I mean. It's the morning. I had some food. I had a hot drink. That made me feel more awake. It's amazing what the light will do. You know, he finally turned into a horse. I'm loving this book so much. The author is using a lot of sayings about horses, and I should have made a bingo card at the start of this because they have used everyone except look a gift horse in the mouth. That's one I'm waiting for. Maybe something. What other horse sayings are there? Like maybe something about the whole, if you hear hoofbeats, don't think zebras. Maybe they could use that one. Um, but I'm really enjoying this. It's so delightful and silly. And it's a little unserious, but it's authentic in the way that it's written, so it really works for me. I don't know. I'm not too far, and I'm on chapter 70. I mean, not chapter. I'm on page 79. It's taking me a bit longer to get through this one because I'm a little bit tired. I'm thinking it's delightful. I really like the female main character, Bianca Liliana, and then the guy is named Arik. Arik? I don't know how to pronounce it. I think it's Arik. They're delightful. They both hate each other, or so we think. You know, we're gonna get to the end of the book, and she's gonna be like, I thought you hated me. And he's like, no, it was love at first sight. It wasn't hate. It was me trying to not be in love with you or something. I don't know. But I'm along for the ride and I'm enjoying it. I did something stupid with this readathon in that I started it at like, what, 4 or 5 in the evening? What kind of dumbass does that? Most people, when they do readathons, start it in the morning. So you can read all day and then fight to get through the night. And then by the time morning comes again, you're like, I'm free. Nope. I still have like 10 hours left. I don't know. I don't know how many hours I have left exactly. But why did I do that? I found myself being like anxious that I haven't been reading fast enough. And then I realized it doesn't matter. I'm here for a good time, and I'm having a good time. All 3 of the books that I've read so far, I've really, really enjoyed. And is that not all I ask for in a readathon? That and a Capri Sun. Sadly, I don't have a Capri Sun, but I do have juice. I have juice. I can just pour some juice in a Ziploc bag and poke a straw in it. I'm gonna keep working on this. I just think it's really delightful, you guys. And the cover is so pretty. And I love all of the horse puns. Like, yes, please, keep it going. I just think it's so funny and delightful. I don't think it's a spoiler because obviously he gets turned into a horse. That's written on the back. It's just so funny. But like, she and him are being attacked by like an assassin. And I like it because she's the one who's saving the day. So that's fun. I'm really excited to learn more about Arik. I like that he seems like a super reclusive, introverted, autistic guy, and she's just misreading him. Sometimes when you have that like brooding trope, they just come across as like an asshole, but they're doing a good job at writing it to make it more layered than that. Like, yes, he is being an asshole, but it's because he's obviously not in the situation he wants to be in, and she's being an asshole for the same reason, so it works. I'm gonna keep reading. I think it's so silly and delightful. I mean, just, he turned into a horse! This is so great! You guys, they have a telepathic communication while he's a horse! This is so great. I am in the perfect state to take in this book right now. Like, it's fantastic. I feel like I can barely keep my eyes open and I can see everything so vividly. So, we are having a good time. I'm so tired. I'm sorry, you guys. I finished it. I'm tired. You guys, I've been reading for like 20 hours straight now. Actually, wait, let me check my timer. Oh, 21 hours. You guys, we're getting so close. I only have 3 hours left. This book was delightful. I think I would rate it 4.5 stars. This is slowly descending into chaos. both the reviews, the quality, and just me. I'm descending into chaos. This book was pretty damn good. I really enjoyed it. Give me a second to think about what I want to say, because I'm so, it was a pretty good finish. It was a pretty strong finish. There were a couple things that bugged me about the ending, but I won't say what they are because it's a spoiler. But I will say this author uses a lot of metaphors, like a lot of metaphors. I was like, whoa. Sometimes it's a little much, but all of the metaphors were really creative and, like, it was really good imagery, so it was okay. I actually didn't mind, even though it was a lot of metaphors, you guys. They didn't ever say anything about looking a gift horse in the mouth, and I'm actually upset about it. Not really, because they had a lot of really good horse sayings in here, colloquialisms, I think. But they didn't have "don't look a gift horse in the mouth," and I was like, damn, you got every other one but that one, and that's a pretty, I don't know, it's a pretty well-known one, right? It was good. I'm going to unconvert, oh my god, the creatures. The creatures. It's like I have a Muppet over my shoulder, you know? Pippa liked this book too. This is my third book. That's pretty good. And I still have 3 hours left, so I'm gonna pick up my probably last book, because I don't think I can finish any of the ones I've picked in 3 hours, but I could get a good start. And I'm going to unconvert my couch from bed mode into couch mode, and I'm going to have some floor time. To end the night, well, the whole 24 hours, with Done and Dusted by Lyla Sage. I'm so tired. I'm hoping that this cowboy romance will revive me, and that the floor time will also revive me. You know, it's a lot to do anything for like 24 hours straight. That's a lot. Anyway, I hope this is good. I didn't realize this was like his best friend's little sister trope. I don't know what the name of that trope is, but it's that. My 24 hours is finally over. I am so tired. I got to page 181 in Done and Dusted, and that's like more than halfway. I was like, damn, okay. I'm really enjoying this book. It's like your classic small town girl returns home after an accident and is trying to rekindle her love of her life. Like, she's trying to rekindle her joy of living, not like the love of her life, but the love of living her life. It's really fun. I'm really enjoying all of the characters, and like the side characters are really fun. I haven't read that many cowboy books or western books, but every time I do, I'm like, I love them. What can I say? What can I say? Here's my recap. Started with Fairy Haven and the Quest for the Wand. Great. I loved it. Very nostalgic, very fun. This was a great way to start the readathon, just because it was light and a pretty fast read. I think I rated this one 4 stars. It really was really good, you guys. I love middle grade. Next up was a 5-star read for sure. This one just really blew me away. It was another pretty fast read. I mean, it was, I think, the shortest one out of the books I read. No, the other one was the shortest, but this was just delightful and intriguing and really made you think about the people you love in your life, and, you know, I just loved it. I love a little bit of magical realism. I'm still not sure what the exact genre of this book is, but I was intrigued and I would love to read more. So let me know what other books you guys have out there that are similar to this. Next up, Behooved. This was so much fun. You guys, I just really enjoyed this one. Emily was right. It's just lovely and delightful, and I loved it. I don't know what else to say. There were a couple things at the ending that I didn't enjoy, but I think I already said that, so yeah. I thoroughly enjoyed this book. I rated this one 4.5 stars because it was lovely and delightful, but there were some things that didn't quite hit for me, like some of the wrap up at the end, and the fact that the author didn't put "Don't look a gift horse in the mouth." That was like the only one they missed. That's not really a big problem. I'm just being silly, but I loved this book. And then we ended up with getting halfway through Done and Dusted. I ended up getting halfway through this one. It was delightful. Overall, farts. Oh my goodness. Okay, we gotta like fan this spread out, you know what I mean? Whatever. This one is so big, it's so hard to hold with the others. Overall, I read 273 pages in 24 hours. That's pretty damn good. I think it breaks down to like 40 pages an hour. I feel like there were times when I was reading really slow because I was tired and I was like losing focus. I've learned a lot about myself. I've learned that I love reading and dissociating, and I have learned that I should sleep more. I have learned that if you buckle down and do it, you can get stuff done. And that thing that I got done was a 24-hour readathon. Yay! Thank you so much for joining me today. Please like and comment any other book recommendations you have. I'm so overjoyed that I really liked all of the books that I read. I wouldn't have been able to do this readathon if I didn't enjoy the books that I was reading. So thank you, books. Yeah, thank you, books.